Hey Internet, my name is Seppi and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. We are back with our science station and we have a great view over to the moon, and in this episode we want to fly out to the moon and deliver our very first part of our new space station we want to build and we want to attach to an asteroid currently orbiting around the moon. And yeah, I think this is a great project, so let us begin. At first, we need to get rid of the upper stage we used to deliver the hub for our science station or our space station. And so yeah, at first we need to decouple. Okay, we got rid of the upper stage. Now we need to switch to this upper stage. It has some fuel left. I used most of the fuel in order to refuel the fuel tank or the fuel station, the fuel depot of my science station, and also to refuel the space tug I will use for delivering the parts out to the moon. And yeah, now the thing is out of use, we don't need it anymore and we can deorbit it. So I hope it has enough fuel left to lower its periapsis. Yes, it has. Okay. Now it's on its way to crash down to the surface of Kerbal. Very good, very good. So we got rid of this, and Turtle, Deadmai, and Sithab are smiling because they are still aware that now the great building process has started, and now we can, or Dodo can, undock from the science station. Let me switch to him and enable RCS. Now at first I need to drift a little bit away because I like now to dock to this docking port over there in order to grab our payload we want to deliver to our asteroid. And okay, let me then switch to docking mode. Okay, I need now to... Oh no, before I do this, I need to stop my relative motion to the station. Okay, like this. Very good. Now I need to turn around. Let me see. I need to turn around in... yeah, maybe this direction. Very good. Okay, and now let's start drifting in this direction. Very good, very good. Okay, Dodo is smiling. Dodo is happy. Our upper stage of our space station payload is already 12 kilometers away, and the distance is decreasing as it's descending down, and soon it will reach the atmosphere and then it will get disintegrated and we get rid of the space debris problem. This is very nice. And okay, now I can come to a stop once again. Now I need to turn the spacecraft around once again in order to align it with the docking port. Okay, very good. This is really cool. And over there, we are currently over the desert, and behind the horizon is Kerbal Space Center. So we will fly above Kerbal Space Center pretty soon. And yeah, this is all the time a nice event when you think about, okay, down there is Kerbal Space Center and now I'm quite high above it, and wow, this is really a great event when you think about this. But now I have to deal with other issues like docking my space tug to our payload I want to deliver to start the building process of our space station around the moon. And only a few meters. I need to slow down. Okay, very good, very good. And okay, let me switch off the controls. We do have enough monopropellant, so I don't need to refuel my monopropellant fuel tank. Okay, we grabbed now our payload. Now we can undock it, and I can switch back to Dodo Kerman. Enable SAS, RCS, and now we can drift away from the science station. Okay, we have now our payload and we are drifting away. Very good. Now the next thing is, let me switch back to staging, is that we need to deliver it to the moon. So let me set the moon as my target and probably around here could be a good position to fly out there. Okay, a little bit too much. And let me bring this over there. Okay, I need a little bit more of delta V in order to get closer. This is 71 kilometers. This is great. This is already great. Then I need to change at some point my inclination. I can do this at the ascending node. But yeah, this is great. This is great. And 71 kilometers is good because we need to reach an altitude of 200 kilometers around the moon in order to rendezvous with our asteroid. But if we are lower, then it's much easier to have the right rendezvous point or to establish the possibility for a rendezvous, because I'm not quite sure at what position I'm arriving there. And yeah, so in this case maybe I have to catch up with the asteroid in order to be able to rendezvous with it. And now I'm not quite happy about the current situation. Let me just use my RCS thrusters in order to speed a little bit up to fly past the science station, because we need to accelerate in this particular direction, and when we are accelerating and the science station is in our way, we might crash into it. So I need to fly past it once again. I hope there's small burn of RCS was good enough. Yeah, over time we are approaching the science station and we are flying past it. This is very good. Okay, I can speed up now. Goodbye science station. We are getting closer to our maneuver, and I think now it's a great position. Let me throttle way up, full throttle, and okay, we are free of the science station and we are now able to perform our burn to fly up to the moon. And yeah, this is cool, this is cool. We are now about to deliver the first part, and we have even a view out to Kerbal Space Center. It's down there. We can see Kerbal Space Center as we are performing our burn. This is also a nice coincidence. This is cool. This is definitely cool. And Dodo Kerman is smiling. Okay, very good, very good. There is the moon. There's our target. Just a few meters per second to go, and cut the engine. Very good, very good. So what is our trajectory? Our trajectory looks amazing. Now we need to change our inclination just a little bit so that we are... What? Then we would have a moon periapsis of 28 kilometers. This is a little bit low, but well, this would work just as well in order to perform or in order to rendezvous with our asteroid. Okay, this is great. This is definitely great. Coming up in 13 minutes. And let's aim for the maneuver node. Very good. And time warp. Time warp once again to get closer to our maneuver node. We can see the shadow of Kerbal. We can see the crescent of Kerbal. This is pretty cool. And sunset. Oh. I should have paid more attention to the timer, because, well, now I missed it a little bit, but I think it's still good to change the inclination. And yeah, okay, this is almost good. About 28 kilometers, very good. And we have our moon encounter in 3 hours and 14 minutes. So let me just set a maneuver node out there so that I'm prepared for our change in the sphere of influence when we are getting closer to the moon. And now we are approaching the moon. The moon is getting bigger and bigger as we are flying towards it. This is cool. This is cool. I can't wait to arrive at my asteroid. Okay, it should be only a few seconds to go. Let me remove this. And yeah, only 2 minutes. And A few seconds. Okay, we are shortly before arriving at the sphere of influence of the moon, and it's pretty cool to see this moon with this huge craters. And yeah, at some point I really like to land down there. And once again, this is also pretty cool to arrive at the moon and to land there. And let me now set our... Okay, we have a slight inclination. We can change this later on, but right now, let me now set up... what? No. I don't want to close this. I just want to perform a braking maneuver. And now, when I'm reducing this... Okay, this is bad. We are not able to have right away a rendezvous, but I saw something. Wait, there was somewhere... No, apparently not, or... Sometimes there is a marker, sometimes not. Okay, it's really hard to see with these markers if we're able. What is over there? No. Okay, maybe I will just raise my apoapsis to about 200 kilometers and leave the periapsis this low, and over time we are able to have a rendezvous, at least I hope so. So, this is good. 167, 191. Okay, I think this is good enough. Next burn coming up in 1 hour and 18 minutes. Okay, let me aim for the maneuver node, and now let's speed up to get closer to the maneuver node. Okay, what is the... Stop, what is down there? A landing site, let me just see. There is also... Really? Yeah, there's our moon base. No, we are over here. What kind of landing site is over here? It's Moon's East Crater. Okay, very nice, very nice. And we are performing our burn almost above the moon base. This is also interesting. Very good timing. This is great timing. But we are not... but we don't want to land at our moon base. We just want to fly above the moon base, and maybe later on we will have a visit at the moon base. But right now we have other issues like the assembly of our new space station, and then I still have to come up with an idea what I should do with the Class D asteroid approaching Kerbal and arriving here in 11 days or so. I still need to come up with a solution what I will do with it, if I want to just to attach something to it or if I like to capture it. I'm still not quite sure. It's an interesting project. But yeah, I don't know what should I do. And moon apoapsis 190 kilometers, very good. What is the inclination? Okay, we need to change a little bit the inclination. Was too much. 0.2. 0.1. Okay, 0.1 is good enough, and then we can start thinking about how we are able to perform a rendezvous with our asteroid. But at first, time warp to the maneuver node. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Getting closer, and here we are. Let's perform the burn and stop. Very good, turtle. Very good, turtle. Okay, we are out here, and the asteroid is ahead of us. What would happen if we are performing a next maneuver 1 orbit later, and we increase just a little bit? Okay. Maybe a separation of 400 kilometers or a separation of 2 kilometers. The maneuver nodes aren't quite sure what they should think about this. Is there maybe a different way? What would happen if we perform a burn at the apoapsis to raise our periapsis? Can we at some point get a nice intersection? What is then over here? Maybe a separation of 10 kilometers or 400 kilometers? Yeah, 11 kilometers or 400 kilometers. The maneuver node is not quite sure, but I will take the risk in, yeah. In 27 minutes, I will perform the next burn, and maybe we are lucky and have this 11 kilometer separation, or maybe we are unlucky and have this 400 kilometer separation. It's a little bit a gamble because the computer isn't quite sure what kind of separation we will have after this burn. But the best way to find it out is to just perform the burn and to see, ooh, and don't overshoot. Overshooting is always bad, and to see what happened. Now, time to perform the burn. And stop. Very good, very good. And okay, the computer is still not sure if this is now an intersection or not. I have to... what happens? Now I think I need to perform a next burn in order to align things. This is interesting. Okay, when I perform a burn over here, I can... still 10 kilometers, this is strange. And what happened if I... no. Okay, 10 kilometers. I need to find a good solution. How can I do this best to have a good separation over there? This is... there would be 10 kilometer separation. This is good. 12 kilometer separation. 10 kilometer. 9.9. 10. Okay, I think 10 kilometers is the closest we can get, but we can trim our trajectory when we get closer to this. This is very good. Okay, next burn is coming up in about an hour in... oh, it's a very short burn. In 54 minutes. Okay, Dodo is smiling. This is good. So we need to perform the next time warp to get closer to the maneuver node. Don't overshoot this time. Always a risk. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, time to perform the burn and stop. Very good, very good. Okay, 9.8. 9.8, this is good. This is definitely good. And can we now get the thing a little bit closer? Not really. I think I will just get as close as possible and will perform the rendezvous when I'm very close to the asteroid. Well, close, 9 kilometers close to the asteroid. Okay. Only 4 minutes to go. Over there is our asteroid. What? 6.8 kilometers. Why haven't you said anything about this, computer? Why you are now revealing that I was much closer to the asteroid as you told me? That is not fair. 6 kilometers is much better. Okay, so time to match the speed of the asteroid. Okay, very good. Now we need to approach it. We need to approach it. Let me aim for the target marker. And perform a burn. Okay, I think about 30 meters per second would be great, like this. And now we have a separation of 0 kilometers. Very good. So, we can approach asteroid GWD very fast, very fast. Time to brake. Okay, very good, very good. There's our asteroid. We are approaching the asteroid. This is cool. It's definitely cool. We are flying past it at first. This is good because the docking port is over there. And the advanced grabbing unit is still floating in space. This is interesting. This is definitely interesting. Okay, now time to come to a stop. And time to use some RCS. Okay. Docking mode. And come to a stop. Very good, very good. Okay. Now I can say, where is my docking port? And should I... that is as a target. And should I release the advanced grabbing unit and attach it once again, or should I keep it floating? I'm not quite sure. Floating looks a little bit strange, but I don't want to move the thing around. Huh. I'm not quite sure what should I do at best. Let me at first perform the docking. I think this is good. This gives me a little bit of time to come up with a solution what I should do. Okay, we are approaching. And I like to align these docking ports with the solar panels. Well, it's quite hard to say, okay, this is up, this is down, this is left, this is right, and so on. But I still like to keep to some degree, a good alignment of my docking ports and the solar panels and so on. So I have, just before arriving there, we can now come to a stop once again and to me now rotate the thing a little bit around. It's hard to see, it's really hard to see. Maybe if I zoom in. Okay, we are still approaching. Will this be already a... No, we missed it, we almost ran into the solar panels. This is bad. This is definitely bad. This was close, this was very close. Okay. Now let's come once again to a stop. Now we need to maybe first fly just a few meters in this direction. Okay, let's come to a stop and turn the thing around once again. Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, the alignment looks good. I think we can now try to dock it once again. Approaching in, and yes, we got captured, And yeah, the alignment seems to look great. It does, it looks great. This is cool. And now, the floating advanced grabbing unit. I think I have to, yeah, I think I will try this. I will release it and I will grab the asteroid once again. Hopefully then it looks a little bit better, because I think this floating thingy is a little bit awkward. Okay, we need SAS. And now, I hope for the best, release. Okay, and let's drift a little bit back. Very good. Okay, now let's say target center of mass. Let's go a little bit down. And now come to a stop and approach the asteroid once again. Very slowly, easy, easy. 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 And getting closer, getting closer. Okay. We grabbed it. We grabbed it. Very good, very good. Now, this looks much better. This looks definitely much better than compared to the floating advanced grabbing unit. This is great. And I'm also quite happy with the alignment of my docking ports and the toward the solar panels. This is also great. This is cool. This is definitely cool. Okay, the first part is now delivered to the asteroid. This is great. This is definitely great. And now, Dodo's next job is to, no, not control from here, but to say, hope over here or there? No. Why can't I? Hey, I want to, okay, this time, undock. Dodo Kerman. And, oh, I'm still in docking mode, very good. Now I can drift away and wow, this is cool, this is cool. Look at this. We have attached our hub, our docking hub, our pod hub to the asteroid, and this is the first part of our mission to establish a science station or a space station attached to an asteroid. This is definitely cool. This is really cool. Okay, and we have enough fuel apparently to fly out to the asteroid. And now, okay, next goal is to return back home to Kerbal. Let me just see. I think over here was the right point for... Ooh, this is a little bit too deep. I just like to fly very slowly through the atmosphere of Kerbal. 35 kilometers is... Yeah, 35 kilometers could be good. Maybe just a little bit more. No, 31 is too deep inside the atmosphere. 40 is too much. I should have stayed with my 35 kilometers. This was really great. 26, 45, 34. 34 is good. Coming up in 50 minutes. Very nice, very nice. Okay, aim for the maneuver node. Dodo is now sad because he has now to return back home after he was in orbit around the moon. And yeah, why do I have still a target? What is my target? I don't want to have a target. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now is the right position. Goodbye. Goodbye, asteroid. We will meet us again pretty soon. Okay, what have I done? 53. Ooh, this was too much. This was too much. Maybe I should just use RCS. No, the main engine is good enough. 31, 32, 33, 34. 35. Yeah, 35 is good. And what kind of target do I have? Can I... set as target, orbit. Okay, maybe this is much better. And now we are on our flight back home to Kerbal. Let us fly out there. Or let us fly back. Over there's Minmus. We can see this tiny little dot. This is Minmus. This is cool. At some point I also like to do something again with Minmus, because Minmus is also a very cool place, but I'm not quite sure what I should do there. Maybe I should create some kind of base on the surface of Minmus, or I should create a space station in orbit around Minmus, or I don't know currently what I should do with Minmus. But this would be also pretty great or pretty amazing to fly out to Minmus once again and to perform something over there. Maybe perform a landing on the poles of Minmus or so. This is all the time pretty special. I'm not quite sure what I should do, but I should do a much quicker time warp in order to return back home to Kerbal. Where is my planet? Over there is Kerbal, our home planet. Dodo is enjoying his flight back home to Kerbal. And okay, we are getting closer. We are getting closer. Can speed up just a little bit. Getting closer. Okay, 150 kilometers. Now I should prepare. Something is awkward. No. Okay, now I've retracted my solar panels, I've retracted the antenna, because we will be flying through the atmosphere of Kerbal, and I don't want them to be ripped apart by the drag of the atmosphere. Okay, let's approach the atmosphere. Dodo is smiling. And now I can perform a physical time acceleration and a physical time warp. Okay, getting closer to the atmosphere. The re-entry effect should happen pretty soon. Let me now stop this physical time warp. And where are my re-entry effects? We are losing velocity. This is good. This is definitely good. And okay, the engine starts to get a little bit redder, and yeah, we see slight re-entry effect. This is good. This is definitely good. I hope I'm deep enough into the atmosphere so that I'm losing enough velocity, or that I'm decreasing my apoapses enough so that it's much easier to perform a rendezvous with our science station currently in orbit around Kerbal, because we need to return there in order to grab the next payload for our new space station, and to refuel our space tug. And yeah, Dodo is smiling. And what is going on over here? The apoapsis is decreasing. This is good. Currently we are not having a rendezvous, but maybe if the second intersection is... the separation is going down. This is good. This is definitely good. But I'm not quite sure. Are we able to do this? And if we're able to do this over there, this would be quite a significant burn to change our orbit in order to have a good rendezvous. But on the other hand, it would be really amazing if after our aerobraking maneuver we would end up with a great rendezvous point. Wow, it's really getting close. This is exciting. How deep are we inside the atmosphere? We are almost out of the atmosphere. 20 kilometers. Now okay. Now we are drifting apart once again. 80 kilometers, 90 kilometers, 100 kilometers. Okay. This wasn't so precise, but this could have been very, very great if for some strange reason I would end up with a direct rendezvous maneuver. This would have been really great. But okay, let me think about if I fly out here to the apoapsis. There would be almost a good rendezvous point. There we would be still ahead. And if I perform the burn over here, separation of 16 kilometers, 20 kilometer. Do we have an inclination? Yes, we have a slight inclination. So maybe at first I have to change the inclination, and then I can perform the next burn in order to have a rendezvous. This is really amazing. Okay, let me set up this maneuver node, and okay, very good, very good. And we are out of the atmosphere. This means we can somehow the solar panels and the antenna aren't really working with my... not retract. I want to have this panel. Why am I not allowed to access this panel over there? Okay, now. Somehow the action groups aren't really working, or the combination of an antenna and solar panels is somehow not really working. If I press the button, then only the antenna extends and the solar panels remain retracted, or vice versa. And this is not really the idea of having one button to extend and retract both components. Something is really weird. Okay, let me get closer to my maneuver point, like this. Very good. And perform the burn and stop. Okay. Inclination is down. Now, where is my maneuver point for having a rendezvous? Over there, 5.3 kilometers. This is good. Unfortunately, it's shortly before getting into the dark side, but okay, we have to accept this. We have to accept this. And yeah, we are aiming for the maneuver node. Very good. Next time warp. There's the moon. There is the moon. 7 minutes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come to stop. The next burn. And stop the engine. Very good. How much fuel do we have left? A lot of fuel is left. This is good. This is good. So we can deliver even bigger payloads. And here, our 4.1 kilometer, our rendezvous will happen in 30 minutes. But because we are already quite late into this episode, I think it's a good position to call it an episode and to continue this mission in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode. Until then, my name is Abby. See you!